Dear students, welcome back. Today in this class, we are going to revise the topic Introduction to Graphs. In the previous class on Introduction to Graphs, I told you about the linear graph. Today, I am going to tell you something about the coordinates of the points that we use to plot excuse me, that we use to plot to make a graph. So, as I have already explained in earlier classes, there are two fixed lines, one horizontal and one vertical, and they meet at right angles. Means this angle is 90 degrees. I repeat, there are two straight lines, two fixed lines, one horizontal and one vertical, and the angle between them is 90 degrees. The point at which they meet is called the origin. Okay, the point at which these two lines meet is called the origin. Now the horizontal line is called the x-axis. The horizontal line is called the x-axis. And the vertical line is called the y-axis. Okay, so I repeat, the horizontal line is called the x-axis and the vertical line is called the y-axis. Now, suppose there is a point here, say this point is P. Now, to reach that point P from the origin, starting from the origin, to reach that point P, first I have to move, say, small a distance along the x-axis, and then I have to move a distance b along the y-axis to reach the point P. So the condition is, to reach any point from the origin, you have to move either parallel to x-axis or parallel to y-axis. So here you can see, first I moved a distance parallel to x-axis, then by turning by an angle of 90 degrees, I moved b distance to reach P. Now, from the origin, if you move towards right, from the origin, if you move towards right, that distance we take as positive. We consider it as positive distance. And from the origin, if you move towards left, from the origin, if you move towards left, then that distance we take as negative. Clear? I repeat again. From the origin, if you move towards right, then the distance moved is taken as positive. And from the origin, if you move towards left, then the distance moved is taken as negative. Similarly, from the origin, if you go up, so that distance is taken as positive, and if you go down from the origin, then that distance is taken as negative. So positive in this direction, negative in this direction, positive in this direction, negative in this direction. Okay? Now what happens? As I told you, we have moved a distance towards right, so it is positive a, and b distance upwards, so it is positive b. So the coordinates of point P will be a comma b. Okay, coordinates of point P will be A comma B. Clear? A comma B is the coordinates of point P. Now this A is the x coordinate or abscissa. This A is called the x coordinate or abscissa of the point. Okay, that is the term used, abscissa. And B is called the y coordinate or the ordinate. Y coordinate or ordinate. The B is called, or the second number is called the y coordinate or the ordinate, and the first number is called the x coordinate or abscissa. Now you see, suppose there is a point Q here. Say Q point is here. So from origin, if you want to reach Q, you have to first move a distance C in this direction, that is the negative x direction, and then to along y axis you have to move a distance, say d. Okay, so first from the origin you move a distance c in negative x direction, and then upward you have to move a distance d and you will reach q. Now the coordinates of point q will be minus c comma d. Now you know why minus c, because I told you if you are moving towards left, then that distance will take as negative, so it is minus c comma d. Clear? Now suppose there is another point r here. R point is here, and to reach point R from the origin, you have to first move a distance, say E, a distance E towards negative x direction, and then you have to move a distance F downwards to reach R. Then the coordinates of R will be minus E comma minus F, because you see we move to the towards negative side, then negative side. Clear? And suppose there is a point S here. There is a point S here. To reach that point S, first you have to move, say, a distance G in the positive x direction, and then after turning 90 degrees you have to move a distance H to reach point S. Now the coordinates of point S will be G comma minus H, because you can see G is in positive x direction, so it is taken as positive, and minus H. So G comma minus H is the coordinates of point S. Clear? Now what happens? So you see, starting from this line, this 1/4 is called the first quadrant. Then this is called the second quadrant. Then this is called the third quadrant, and this is called the fourth quadrant. So you must remember the order also. This is the first quadrant, then the second quadrant, then the third quadrant, then the fourth quadrant. So any point inside the first quadrant, I repeat, any point inside the first quadrant will have both coordinates positive, positive, positive. Because you see, in the first quadrant, to reach any point in the first quadrant, you have to move towards positive x direction and then positive y direction. That is like this, positive, positive. Now any point in the second quadrant, it will be minus plus, because you see from the origin, first of all you have to move in the negative x direction and then in positive y direction. Okay. Now in the third quadrant, it will be negative, negative, and in the fourth quadrant, it will be positive, negative. Clear? Okay. Now, suppose you have to reach origin from the origin. Now, starting from origin and you want to reach origin, the distance covered along x-axis will be 0 and distance covered along y-axis will also be 0. You don't have to move actually, na? You are starting from origin and you want to reach origin, so you don't have to move. So, coordinates of origin is 0, 0. Always remember the coordinates of origin is 0, 0. The coordinates of origin, this point is 0, 0. Now one more thing. Suppose there is a point here, L. L is a point here on the x-axis. Now to reach that point L from the origin, you have to move a certain distance along x-axis, but you don't have to move any distance along y-axis. Because when you move along x-axis, you will reach that point. That means its y-coordinate will be 0 because we have to move only along the x-axis, not along y-axis. So the y-coordinate is 0. So any point on x-axis has y-coordinate 0. Always remember, any point on x-axis has y-coordinate 0. And similarly, suppose there is a point M here on the y-axis. Now to reach that point M from the origin, you have to move along y-axis, but you don't have to move any distance along x-axis. So the x-coordinate will be 0. So any point on y-axis has any point on y-axis has x-coordinate 0. Clear? Now, in your NCERT book, in few questions, they have given some points and you have to plot them. In few cases, they have given a few plotted points and you have to write down the coordinates. Now, so see, there is a question in which the point that you have to plot are 02, 06, 11, 13, 23, 43, 26, 35, 53. Suppose you have to plot these points on a on the coordinate plane or on a graph paper. Now see, you know this is the origin, this is x-axis, y-axis. So if you are using a graph paper, then you don't have to you don't have to mark these points, because on the graph paper these points are already marked. This is the origin. So this is x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On this side -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then here it is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Now the first point is 0, 2. As the x coordinate is 0, then it must lie on the y-axis. So 0, 2 is here. This point is 0, 2. Okay, because the x coordinate is 0 and y coordinate is 2, so 0, 2. Then 0, 6. So this point is 0, 6. Then 1, 1. So this point 1, 1. So this point is 1, 1. This point is 1, 1. Then next is 1, 3. So 1, 3. So this point is 1, 3. Okay. Then 2, 3. So this is 2. This is 1, 3. This is 2 and this is 3. So this point is 2, 3. Okay. This is 1, 3. This is 2, 3. Then 4, 3. So this is 4 and 4, 3 is here. Okay. This is 4, 3. Then 2, 6. So this is 2 and 2, 6 will be here. Two, 6. This is 2, 6. Okay, 2, 6. Then 3, 5. So this is 3. This is 5. So here it is 3, 5. This is 3, 5. And then 5, 3. So this is 5 and this is 3. So 5, 3 will be here. This is 5, 3. So I have plotted all the points. You can see all the points are in either in first quadrant or on y-axis. You can see here also no coordinate is in negative. That is why all the points are on in the first quadrant. Clear? So I hope now it is clear to you how to plot the points. So practice the questions given in the exercise and do the assignment that I have given you with this video, and in the next class we'll revise few more questions. Thank you.